Let's talk to GoldSting. See what our good old friend GoldSting is up to.
Hey.
GoldSting, hey, long time no chat. What's up?
Yeah, you did put up that YouTube Comedy Week video, and I wanted to know, because YouTube Comedy Week's a joke. I wanted to know what you like.
Yeah, there are lots of jokes. It's Comedy Week.
Yeah, I wanted to know what's the most bullshit thing somebody's asked you to do or hired you to do.
That's a good question. Yeah, you're right. I get your attitude, because I think where you're coming from is with the Comedy Week attitude and things like that, there must have been someone out there that didn't get our sense of humor, that tried to get us to do some bullshitty thing like that. Is that kind of what you're thinking? Okay. And that's a good question, because yeah, that happens a lot. I remember there was a company years ago. We've talked about this before, I think, but there was a company years ago that thought, well, these guys are like Jackass. They're like Jackass guys. Okay. They were coming out with a pirate game, and they said, can we talk to you about maybe doing commercials for it or whatever? I was like, okay. And they said, so have you guys like jumping from escalator to escalator, like each one is a pirate ship and you're taking over each escalator? It was
wow.
Like, oh, that's a very specific, like, we write the ideas, so already we're kind of like, what? Maybe we'll do that. I don't know. And then later they said, well, no, we came up with another idea. You guys are on trucks speeding on the highway, and you jump from truck to truck. Like it's like that's a pretty risky skit or stunt.
Like, did they actually think that you were going to go do this?
Yeah, they were like, yeah, do that. Like, jump from truck to truck while it's going like 100 miles an hour. And again, this is like stuff Bam would do in CKY and stuff. But they were like, yeah, do that. I was like, oh, okay. And just act like they're pirate ships or whatever. Oh, all right. And so I'm thinking to myself, boy, if they're telling us this kind of stuff straight out the gate, they must be offering to pay a lot. Like, I wonder what their budget is. So I asked them, and they went, wait, budget? We just thought, I mean, we'll link to your website. And it was like, oh, no, we're not going to do that. So they basically wanted us to kill ourselves so that they would put a link on their site. And it was just like, no, it's not really worth it. So we stopped talking to them. That's just one that pops up in mind. But we do have, just recently we almost got corralled into doing something. But we'll have to tell that story another day because it's just too fresh.
Right.
But there was something just like YouTube Comedy Week that we were almost pushed into doing. That we had to argue with people much more important than us to get out of it. But trying to think of a couple other things. There was a really big without naming, I have to be careful because I never want to name names necessarily. A big company that we worked with in the past really wanted us to do, it was a company that we did very regular things for. Really wanted us, we kept sending them ideas that were rejected. And it made no sense because we talk about this on our Time Travelers DVD, but, they're all videos that got made. So, like, we pitched them, hey, what about us eating at a Sonic drive-thru and talking about how bad Sonic is, and it's kind of an allegory for Sonic the Hedgehog. And they would say, no, not funny. And then we would just go film it, and it'd be a big hit on our YouTube channel, But
Right.
anyway, we kept doing that, and they were rejecting all of them. So I responded like, well, what do you think we should do? Because I don't know what to do here. I don't know how to move forward. And by asking that, all I'm saying is push us in the right direction. Where should we go? But what I'm not asking is for you to write a video, because that's what we do. That's our job. Is we're really firm about that. Is we make things that we write. And they didn't take it that way. And so when I emailed them that, they replied back to me. And this is nobody that's at this company anymore or anything like that. But they responded to me with, oh, you want something to do? Well, here's what we thought. Check it out. And this is the idea. All right. You're the assassin from Assassin's Creed 2. And you're trying to kill all these people. And you're not doing very good. And but you never see the guy's face. And then a guy goes, man, this assassin isn't very good at being an assassin, but he fixed my toilet pretty well. And then another guy goes, what? Well, what kind of assassin is he? And this all takes place in Italy, right? Because that's where Assassin's Creed 2 takes place. The assassin would turn around and take off the hood and say, it's me, Mario. that was the end. I mean, that was it. There was nothing else. And
wait, they already make that joke in the game, though.
Hey, I fucking know. So I responded to them with, you guys should really film your own ideas and we'll film ours. You know, and it just turned into all this unnecessary friction. It's like, all I'm looking for is just, if these ideas aren't working for you, what should they be about? Or what angle should we go for? But you can't write an idea. To me, go film that yourself. You know what I mean? It's just, anyway, that was the idea that they pitched. You know, and that happens to us all the time. There are a lot of companies that try to hire us and then don't get our brand of humor. It's just, well, they'll just do anything. You know, they'll dance around. You know. Right. There was a company about a year ago. Oh, well, there was a video we had to do right before we went off on Christmas break, and of course at that point we're ready to go on break. And the big battle was and I wanted to talk about this on Time Travelers, but we ran out of time. But there was a big battle over putting the song Party. Maybe we did talk about it. Putting Party Rock in a video. There was a publisher that really was like, "You've got to do a video where you guys dance to Party Rock anthem." And it was just like, we will shut down before we do that. Like, and it was like they just couldn't understand why we wouldn't do it. What's wrong with that? But it's like, that's not our humor, you know. It's like, so sometimes there are people who don't necessarily get it. But anyway, I don't know if that is too much information or too much whatever. But
no, I asked the question. So.
But yeah, it's really hard sometimes. But for the most part, though, we work with people who are really cool.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people guessing who I was talking about, and I'm not going to confirm any of it, but I just want to say real quick that working with Ubisoft has been a great experience every time we've done it. And whether or not I'm talking about them, it was just a minor thing with somebody, you know, whatever. That's not necessarily who we're talking about, but I really like Ubisoft, and working with them has been great. So I don't want anyone to think that I'm complaining about them. I really like those guys. And I'm not just saying that out of like, oh, I hope they hire me again or anything like that. But we've been friends with them a really long time, and I like them. But anyway, yeah.
Cool.
Hopefully that's okay. Someone's texting me.
I guess the only other question I wanted to ask, and it's not like as serious or whatever, but
yes,
did you get that NECA BioShock Elizabeth figure?
No, I didn't really. There's some things that I'm really into, but I don't need a figure of, and I just felt like I didn't really need that. I mean,
yeah,
great character, but I didn't really need that. I will get though the big mechanical Patriot or whatever. What are they called?
Iron Patriots, I think?
Whatever, the big ass George Washington mech.
Yeah,
I will get that for sure, and I'm almost on the edge of getting the Skyhook replica. I really want that.
Yeah, that's on my list.
I have to like battle myself to not order that, but I probably will. Unfortunately, what's new with you? Have you been making any cool stuff?
Not a whole lot. I have to do this documentary for school, and the group wants to do it on bronies, and I'm not looking forward to that at all. So.
Yeah, I would probably not work on that.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I'm forced to do it because we have to work in groups and shit like that. So.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
one of my
that
core
sucks.
classes because I'm trying to be a game designer, and for like the beginning 2 classes we have to do documentary shit, and yeah, they want to do. There's 2 options. They want to do it on nudists and bronies. I'm actually leaning more towards nudists, even though that's going to be super fucking uncomfortable.
But that's as uncomfortable as that is. I'd love to know more about that because I don't get that.
No,
you know?
definitely.
Bronies, I get it and I don't care.
It's already been done. I mean,
yeah, it's covered, but and I guess nudists have, I'm sure, in other places, but well, nudists are usually not covered. Am I right? It is still YouTube Comedy Week residue flowing through here, but anyway, no, I don't know. I mean, I think I would be much more interested in that, but that's just me. You might get to see some some good looking naked people, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they're nudists.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes you gamble and lose. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, definitely.
You might see.
Well,
some,
that's all I wanted to call and ask.
You might see some Memorial Day sausage that never made it to the grill. You know what I mean?
Not really.
You might see a Memorial Day piece of cherry pie that is delicious, but you might also see some hot dogs that didn't quite make it for dinner. You know what I mean?
I didn't celebrate Memorial Day, so
Why didn't you?
Sorry. Good night.
Cut him off. Wait, GoldSting is calling back in. Why is GoldSting calling back in? Let's talk to him. GoldSting, why are you calling back in? What's up?
I had a question I wanted to ask and I totally forgot.
Yeah.
At Disneyland,
Yes.
what is your go-to meal?
Bread bowl.
Yeah.
Gotta go bread bowl.
Do you get gumbo?
The gumbo's good, but I go clam chowder. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's if I'm just. That's the general Disneyland stuff outside. But I try to go when I get a chance. I try to go to the Blue Bayou, and I really like it there. But that's not. That's a little less typical, and it's not like that's just out and about. You know, it's like that's a special thing, I guess.
Yeah.
But so I really like that if I can. But just a standard like outer thing that you get food from. Yeah, I gotta go bread bowl.
Right.
I know a lot of people who always tell me like that like they're corn dogs. Oh, I love the corn dogs. I wouldn't think to get a corn dog there.
Yeah.
Care. What about you?
Can I ask? Well, because I'm from NorCal and our Mexican food is pretty shit most of the time.
Hey,
and
no
I
offense,
actually don't
but
mind the Mexican food at Disneyland. In that, what do you think?
No, it's better than NorCal Mexican food. Yes.
Yeah. Well, no, obviously.
But the fact that it exists in Southern California makes it a little bit blasphemous.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
Yes.
But I was just curious what you thought about it.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's not like it's fine. But it's better than NorCal Mexican food. It's better than Canadian Mexican food. It's better than a lot of that stuff. But still, the fact that it exists in Southern California, leave Disneyland and go find a hole-in-the-wall joint and go get a burrito there. That's what I would do. But it's not bad. I mean,
I know.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I get it. But my go-to is like, I love the Monte Cristo in the Blue Bayou.
Yes.
That shit's delicious.
Yes. If I'm eating dinner at the Blue Bayou, you got to go steak. But lunch, the Monte Cristo, that's probably my favorite thing there. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, that's all I wanted to ask.
People are saying we should go to the Blue Bayou instead of the Hungry Bear game days this year. I don't think we could pull off that reservation.
Yeah, no.
And
no
also, I think at that point, most of our fans aren't going to want to pay $50 for dinner at that stage in the day. But we'll see. You never know. But I think we'll probably do.
I will say that I think that the Hungry Bear is kind of gross, but that's just my opinion.
Hey, it's got the most room. That's what we're gunning for.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
But, get a bread bowl and come over, or whatever, or get a hoagie or something from home. I don't know.
Yeah, well, right on. Thanks for taking my second call.
Yeah, thank you. Good call. Another good call. See ya. Another good call. I don't know why I said it like that.